everyone. It's another edition of the Inside the Huddle where we pick each week. This is week 15, full betting play and handicap, where we discuss the games and try to give you our best insight. Last week's best insight would have been to bet everything against me, and you would have won the farm because I was horrible. Last week, we'll see if I do better on this one. Welcome into Eric. Welcome into Nathan. We're going to get started here. Our friends are coming in. Let's talk about who's coming in here today for us. Take Flight Talk. James Woody is back. We're going to talk a little bit with him and get his insight. Bryson is here for the love of the mouse. Looking forward to getting a little bit of Denver. Denver's on fire. They're playing well for his team and get his insight on this week's games. And Gene Fitzmagic in the house, ready to talk a little bit. So with no further ado, let's get in and talk about the team. It's first can be found on the front of my YouTube channel, also on my website. Doing a lot of changes over there, a lot of updates over there. Appreciate to Monorail Molly and her support for that over there. As we're improving it, you can find all of the links to these people directly on the website or right here on the front of my YouTube page. Gentlemen, welcome in. I had Ken booked up there, but I know he couldn't make it the last second. Glad you guys all made it. It's a lot of Jets fans in here right now with two of you here. Gene, how you doing?
I'm all right, my man. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Hopefully I have a better week than last week. I was horrible.
Yeah, we all have them though.
Yeah, I was not good. So what are you doing? Jets, I'm loving it. Woody's all ready. He's decked out in full attire. You know, they win a game and he's going crazy.
Had to put the paper bag away this week. Okay, people can see my face this week. Don't beat yourself up, Pete. Last week was upset city. I mean, the amount of upsets, including these guys. What can we do? What can we do? It happens.
I don't know, I was ready to burn that place down. They killed me last week. It is what it is. It is what it is. And Bryson, it's nice to be on here where your Broncos are doing well.
I don't know what it feels like. It's amazing. I have good football in my life for the first time in a long time.
There we go. Well, I'm excited about it. Adam's raging. Welcome in. Well, let's get into the picks this week and start knocking them out the box here. Let's first talk about the Thursday night game, which will be tomorrow night. Chargers playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. Chargers have lost their quarterback. They're going with a backup quarterback now, so it'll be another non-great quality quarterback day in Vegas. Vegas -3. It's a coin flip in my mind, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's start with Woody. What do you got?
It's definitely a coin flip. There's no argument about that. We're talking about a team that is playing with QB2 and arguably the worst head coach in all of football, maybe pro sports, versus a team that just allowed 3 points and lost.
Yeah.
I mean, what is going to happen? I'm not sure. What I will say, and usually when we have these discussions on this show, we say, home team, right, is one thing, coaching is another. I think both of those favor the Raiders, so I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Going with the Raiders on there, going up top. Welcome in, FAP. Welcome in, Zippity Doo Doug. All right, Gene, what are you thinking on this one?
It's the battle of the backups, right? So, but I'll tell you what, we've seen Aiden McConnell play a little bit more. He's been starting for the last, the last few months. And you mentioned it, the Chargers are playing with the worst coach I think maybe that ever existed. So I'm going to take the Raiders on this one.
Going with the Raiders as well. And over to my friend there, Bryson.
Battle of the backups. And I think it comes down to the fact that if I was a Charger, in no way do I want to play for Staley. And I think the Raiders still get up and want to play for Antonio Pierce.
Your mic's going in and out, Bryson, too, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay. I'm going to take the Raiders. Let's go with that.
Going with the Raiders. On the Raiders, I think that's a clean sweep. I just think that San Diego is a fire right now, and they're just ready to explode, and I don't think that coach lasts much longer, so we'll see how that all goes. Welcome into the Curtis family. Welcome into Mooka77, Zippity Doo Dog, Adams Raging, of course, FAP. Good to see you all here. Let's go to game 2. Gene's going to start picking this one here. And this is Minnesota on the road against the Bengals, a resurgent Bengals. Bengals -3.5 against the Vikings. Vikings are changing quarterbacks again. They are done with Dobbs for now. So we'll see. Total on this one's 40.5. I think the under might play in this. Could be wrong. Gene, start us off.
Yeah, this is a tough one because I kind of like Nick Mullins, but Jake Browning has played really, really well. And shout out to the Vikings defense. They've been one of the best defensive units for like the last couple, maybe the last 2 months. But you know what? I still believe in Browning. I think I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one.
Gene's on the striped cats. Bryson, where you at?
After watching that Raiders-Vikings game last week, I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think Browning has kind of found something there.
On 2 of them. Are we getting a clean sweep on these Bengals here, Rudy? What are you thinking?
I feel like this is another kind of toss-up type deal. Another battle of the backups. I feel like that is going to be the common theme of a lot of these matchups. I'm going to have to say, Browning has looked good. He's had his number one guy out there, though. He's had Jamar Chase. Mullins will have Justin Jefferson. Will Jefferson play the whole game? We don't know. But if he does, give me the Vikings. I'm going to go Minnesota.
Going to go Minnesota up top. I tell you what, the hook scares me here. That 3.5, that hook really scares me on this one. I think this could be a 3-point game. But if I'm going to go with the 2, I'm going to say Cincinnati's at home. They're playing for a playoff spot still, believe it or not, out of this whole thing. So is Minnesota on the road. I'm just going to take the home team. So, Rudy, you will get the wild card there of being the lone off. I don't know. What one do we go with here?
Sparkly pink. You still get the big saber.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
You should give the little lightsaber a sparkly pink and the big one to her mom.
Give the big one to her mom, but I don't want to go with that one. That wasn't what I wanted to do. But we'll go with it.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
I was looking for that one. That's the one I was looking for. But sometimes things just don't come together. Story of my life. Pittsburgh going to Indianapolis. The Colts and Pittsburgh they're both playing with backup quarterbacks again. It's a story of this year. The Colts are still in the mix. Pittsburgh, believe it or not, the whole AFC North has a winning record and still in playoff contention. So, in an important game, 2.5, basically saying a flat game. Bryson, start us up. Colts minus 2.5, total of 42.
So I was gone last Sunday, so I didn't really watch any football. Are the Colts on their third string quarterback?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because Minshew got a concussion, right?
Right, and it's still up in the air whether he'll be playing as of right now.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'll take the Steelers just because this is a coin flip. I mean, really.
It is a coin flip. I will give you that 100%. Let's go up to Woody. What do you got?
I mean, Minshew Mania was running wild. If he can find a way to get that luscious mustache onto the field, I have faith in them beating Pittsburgh. But if it's a third string, TJ Watt's gonna eat that all up. So, I guess I'll go Pittsburgh. Better safe than sorry, because it is possible that they can still beat the Colts even if they have Minshew. So I think that's the safest choice.
Okay, Gene.
Yeah, without Minshew, it's a totally different ball game. So this is a tough one to pick at this point in the week. But you know what? I'm gonna have faith that Indianapolis is playing super well this year. I'm gonna have faith that Minshew will be back for the game, and I'm gonna take the Colts.
Gene's on the Colts. I'm going with the Colts just because I want the Steelers to lose, and I want to be able to cheer against them and go by it. I still think Pittsburgh's been up and down this year. They pulled out a lot of games. I give them credit. They've pulled out a lot of games that I did not think that they would pull out. But I don't know, on the road, it's going to be tough. Indianapolis, they get loud a little bit there in Indiana. All right, let's take it back up. Rumors have it that Tomlin is gone. Where's he going to go? Going after this year? I don't think he can imagine. He's got a winning record. He's had a great job. I don't know. Where would he go? Doug, that's a question. Where do you start this one up? You got the Denver Broncos against the Lions. Could be the game of the week, potentially. Lions are -4 at home. Total 47.5. That's a high total. I think this game could go under in my books. We'll see. Let's start with the guys, see where we're at. James, what are you thinking?
I definitely think it could go under. I mean, the Broncos defense has truly come to life after, 70 points and this and that. They've stepped up. They've bullied a lot of talented quarterbacks. And Russell has quietly, even from week 1, has quietly had one of the better seasons of quarterback play in the entire NFL. The Lions Are they real? Are they not? They just, got embarrassed by the Bears. I have actually felt, even from the offseason, they are not real. They are not real. They are a good team. They got some talented guys. They have one of the best offensive lines in football.
Okay.
If they can get the lead and play with the lead and, running backs behind that O-line, it's all gravy. But force Jared Goff to throw the ball without play action, I'm going to go with Denver. Bryson will be hyped this week when the Denver Broncos beat the Detroit Lions. That's my pick.
Wow. Outright win on the Broncos game there. Welcome into Jenkins Gaming, Lila Rose, and Road Warrior. Welcome in as well. Gene, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, the Lions have been a little up and down lately. But you know what? They played awful on the road. We actually talked about it a little bit yesterday, that Goff not playing well outside, and outside of on the road or even just outside. Right. This is a tough one, because in a neutral territory, I might take the Broncos. But the Lions needing the win to kind of bounce back, to right the ship, being home, I'm going to go with the Lions.
Go with the Lions. Bryson, I'm sure I know where you're going.
Yes. So I haven't got to talk about the Broncos since they became like the hottest thing in the NFL. I think it has to do with that Sean Payton is figuring out his personnel. So he knows what Russell can and can't do anymore. And he's showing that. And he kind of took the training wheels off of him in Houston, and that didn't work too well. So they stuck to the game plan last week. It worked unbelievably well. Granted, it was the Chargers. But I just, Russell Wilson has quietly put up stats better than some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year. And still catches hate for it. So I'm going Broncos, obviously, all the way. I just haven't got to talk about it for weeks.
I guess it's probably going to put Gene on the lone wolf. There we go.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
It might be a hockey puck. I'm also going to go with the Broncos. I'm going to take the 4 points. I like that. I think it plays out well. This game could be interesting. I agree with Gene in the fact that they need this game. The question is, will Goff show up, and what are they going to do, and how are they going to handle it? And the Broncos have just been slowly winning old school football. So I have to kind of wait and see on that one. But then again, I was horrible last week, so who the hell knows? Let's see. We are on game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be Gene's to start. Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting 3.5 into Green Bay. God, Green Bay was horrible last week, losing to the Giants. Tampa Bay pulled one out against Atlanta, putting up a bunch of points that surprised me, even that for them. Total on this one is 41.5 in Lambeau. I don't know how weather plays into it. I have not looked it up. Gene, start us up with your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, it's either way, it's going to be cold, right? It is Green Bay. They're another team that laid an egg this week. They were one of the teams we were talking about, all the surprises and the upsets. This was a team that got upset this past weekend, or on this past Monday. But you know what? I think they have a bounce back week. I don't believe in Tampa Bay. They won in Atlanta. That wasn't a hard feat to do. I think it's a little bit harder to beat Green Bay at home. So I'm going to take Green Bay today.
You're going to take Green Bay. Gene's on Green Bay. Let's go over to Bryson.
I'm going to go with Green Bay. I like how they've been playing for a couple weeks here.
Green Bay at home. Woody?
This is a big one. I'm gonna have to, you brought it up before, Pete, with that hook, Captain Hook. Okay, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable betting on Jordan Love with that spread. So I might be the lone wolf. I am gonna go with Tampa Bay and see what Baker is doing out there, if he's progressive out there on the field.
Good there, you are.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
You're going to get the hockey puck this week because, I think every time I bet against Tampa Bay, they end up hurting me. I hope that doesn't happen here. I'm going to go Green Bay. I'm going to drop down and take them to pull it out here. I think it's a good potential for them to do that. We'll see. So, Lone Wolf right there. Thank you. SG coming in. Debbie Bernfeld coming in as well. Thank you all for stopping in tonight. New York Giants and New Orleans Saints. Giants and the Saints here. This will be Bryson's to start out. Giants pulled one out. Surprised me. Caught me off guard, but they go on the road, and they are a 6-point dog. 6-point dog to the New Orleans Saints playing down there. I don't know what car you're going to get, if any car. You might be getting a bike down there. Who knows who's going to throw the ball? It's crazy. Bryson, talk to me about this one.
Well, first off, did you guys see DeVito's agent on TV?
Oh, yeah, how great.
Like what he looks like? I feel like if I pick the Saints, he is literally going to like be staring at me when I wake up. So I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared. But that's a lot of points. 6 is a lot of points.
It is a lot of points.
Teams. If you gave me money line, I might take Giants. But with 6 points, I'm going to take the Saints.
Going to stay with the Saints down there for Bryson. Woody, what are you thinking?
DeVito, he's having a magical run, but all things must come to an end. Insanity, all of it. It seems to always happen in New York. I don't know. It could probably still live on after this loss, but they're about to eat this loss, courtesy of the New Orleans Saints. Give me the Saints. I'll take the points.
Gonna lay the 6. Gene, are you all on board with laying the 6?
You know I hate those Giants. Those disgusting G-men. I can't stand them. I hate them. But you know what? I'm a believer in Tommy Cutlets. I am. I'm a believer. I'm for at least one more week. At least for one more week. Okay. Do I think they'll win? Maybe not. But I don't think New Orleans covers the spread. I'm going to take the Giants.
Wow, taking the G-men. Are there no emotions?
I have heard it all now. I never thought that would happen.
I hate those Giants, but yep.
But you love a good cutlet.
That's
I love a good cutlet, and I think I think Tommy DeVito lives on for another game. The legend.
I hope Tommy DeVito never goes away. He is like the perfect quarterback for the New York Giants.
I love it, but God, +6. I can't do it. I'm going to stay with the Saints. I'm going to take them at home. Gene's going to get the lone wolf there. I can't do it.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
I hope he proves me wrong.
I'm telling you.
I hope he proves me wrong.
That pass to Hodges in the back. That pass to Hodges in the back of the end zone was about as perfect of a pass you're going to get. Listen, is he going to be a star? Is he going to be here next year? No. But for one more week, I think it lives on.
Okay.
Oh, I hope he never leaves.
There's my emoji. I was wondering what was wrong with my emoji.
I hope he's the next Tom Brady and we get to see that agent for ages. Every time one of my friends argues with me, I just send him a screenshot of that guy and say, talk to him.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. All right, it's James' turn to start it up. Atlanta Falcons -3 on the road in Carolina. Carolina playing to give the Bears the best possible pick that they can give them. Carolina, a little not surprising last week, lost again. Start me out, Woody. What do you think?
The question is, will the Panthers win more than one game this season? I think the answer to that question is yes. I don't think they're going to be a 1-win team. So when can they win another game? You know what? I think they have a shot. I have a shot. They have a shot. Atlanta is not that good. They have not lived up to the lofty expectations that my friend Gene has thrown on them from the offseason. They do have a very sound defense. Very, very sound defense. But with the new interim head coach down in Carolina, they're pounding the football old school, right? Protecting Bryce as much as they can from bad decisions. Even it didn't really work that well last week. I think it's going to work this week. Give me the Panthers. I'm probably lone wolf, and I'll take it.
Wow. Going out on a thing there. I like it. Okay, Gene?
You know what? I exactly agree 100% with Woody. I think the Panthers got to win another game at some point this year, and there's no other better option of a win than against the Atlanta Falcons. They have played super subpar this year. The quarterback has been a nightmare this year. And you know what? I think this is the game that Carolina gets off its little losing streak and gets their second. This might be the only win they get the rest of the year, but I do think they win this game. So I'm going to Carolina.
2 of them on Carolina. Bryson?
Man, I agree Carolina's going to win another game because someone's going to overlook them, and they'll be just good enough to beat them. But they're going to run Bijan Robinson down these guys' throats. Hopefully. Hopefully they figured out that he's pretty good, and they should keep giving him the ball. You guys make me want to do. All right, I'll go Panthers. Why not?
Wow. Well, I guess that's going to put me
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
as the hockey puck because I'm going to go Atlanta. I'm going to think they are going to run Bijan Robinson, and that's what's going to happen. And there it'll be. So we'll see. Interesting. We're all over the board tonight. So that's good stuff. Houston, man, they were good, but their quarterback might be out on concussion protocol. Titans quarterback stepped up and looked really good last week against Miami. 2.5 underdog on the road. Tennessee, favorite at home, 37.5. That number's going to play right on the line, I think. We'll see. Let's see. James, start us up with this one.
I'm going to have to say this is an overreaction. You know, the Texans, we all know what happened to them, right? We definitely know what happened. Davis Mills, if he's a starter, Case Keenum, they are both they're one of the few teams in the league that have two capable backup quarterbacks, a good defense. This is a really good team. This is a team that was in contention to win this division that the Titans are out here just floundering about. I know they just had a big win, but I think this is a double overreaction. The Titans beating the great Dolphins and the Texans losing to the horrific Jets. Come on, stop playing. The Texans are definitely winning this game. Not even a question. This is probably my safest pick that I can make.
Wow. Hardcore pick from Woody. Gene?
Yeah, I agree. I think Vegas is trying to take advantage of the games from last week. Titans, you know what? They play that game 100 times. They lose that game 99 times. It was just the one out of 1% chance they win that game against the Dolphins. And you know what? It's probably the same thing with Texans and the Jets. I think they looked at, all right, we got Zach Wilson coming in, and I think it was more of a disrespect against Zach Wilson. But you know what? It fell apart from at the end. I think the Texans are going to pull this one out. I'm going to go Texans.
Wow, two of them on the Texans here. Okay. Bryson, what do you got?
I'm going to make it a sweep because I'm going to take the Texans. I just don't trust the Titans.
Yeah, it's tough. They're running back. I mean, they haven't got much out of King James at all this year, running the ball. And it could. I think Woody's point to the double. I'll go with you guys on the sweep, and if we all are in the pot together on that one because the odds are that they're going to go down there and still play. So especially if their quarterback's there, if he gets out of concussion protocol, I'll definitely give him that. Here's your Jets. Gene's going to start this one up. It's your turn to start. The Jets are getting 8.5 against a ticked off Miami team in Miami. Total of 37.5. What do you think?
I don't know. This is a tough one, man, because there's a part of me that wants to say the Jets, that's their heart. You know, like I feel like there's a part of me that's being tricked that the Jets played so well last week and the Dolphins blew a tough lead. There's a part of me that says, oh, the Jets can lose by less than 8 points. I'm not saying they're going to win, but they'll show up. But then there's also the part of me that says, I don't know. I'm going to go the Jets.
Wow. Okay. Bryson?
Man, I will say that I liked the quote from Zach Wilson where he said when they asked him why he was playing like so much more loose, and he said, well, what are they going to do, bench me again? I thought that was an awesome quote.
Yeah.
Quotes don't win games, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
You're on the fish. Woody, what do you got?
Well, as you guys both know, Gene usually, hypes up the Jets, and then I try my best to share with him the reality of how bad this team is. They miraculously won last week. But one thing I will say is that Robert Saleh actually has a pretty well-documented history of playing well against Shanahan-style offenses, right? He owned Matt LaFleur pretty much every single time they played the Packers. He obviously was in the same building with Kyle Shanahan, as a DC. And that first game against the Dolphins last year, which was his first taste of Mike McDaniel, more domination. Even the second game, it was more domination, but there was Joe Flacco was throwing ducks. Even this first game on Black Friday, Tua was throwing picks. They call him Tua turning the ball over, and he was turning the ball over, But Boyle said, anything you can do, I can do better, and did that whole Fail Mary. I'm going to say, with Zach Wilson at the helm, the best QB in that horrible QB room, the Jets can, and dare I say will, lose by less than 8 points or win. I don't know. Take the New York Jets. I think they got a chance.
I'm taking no doubt the Dolphins, and they ticked off Tyreek Hill and Tua and everybody else. Everybody's going to bet the Jets getting 8.5 points after last week's thing, and the Dolphins come out and win this game by 14 points is my call on this one. High score, I think it goes over the total. Dolphins may get that themselves. Jets defense will be tired in the second half. That's where most of the points will come. Won't be in the first half. Jets will be fresh in the first half. They'll get tired in the second half. That's where the points come. And I think that's how the Dolphins pull it out. But we shall see. All right, Bryson will start this one up. The Bears heading to the Brownies. Brownies are -3 against the Bears. Total 37.5. That seems to be a unique number this week. Welcome to Jason Thibodeau, fans of Green Bay Packers. Thank you for coming in as well. Bryson, start us up.
Man, so as I said, I didn't watch any football last Sunday, so I don't really. The Bears won, right?
Yeah.
Man, I don't trust them. 3 points. I don't trust the Browns. They have a good defense. All right, Browns. Why not?
Going with the Browns. Why not? Okay, that's a good one there. Woody, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, if I could sum up the summary in 2 sentences, that was it. Bryson said it. You can't trust the Bears and the Browns have an elite defense. I'll take you one step further and say that Joe Flacco, who I literally just criticized in my last time that I spoke, has played pretty decently this year for the Browns. So I feel very comfortable making this picking the Browns.
There you go. G?
Yeah, I think that Browns defense is kind of sets it apart too. Joe Flacco's played well. Bears are still a little in flux. They had a great game last week, but I can't see they're not well enough to follow that up with another big win on the road. I'm going to take Cleveland.
I think 100% the Browns. 100%. The Browns defense is elite, as you guys said. They're playing at home. They are in a division right now where everybody has a winning record. They are also still playing for their playoff lives. And I'll give them credit. I didn't think Flacco was going to do that last week. They got some receivers open. He still threw the ball down the field. If they do that this week against the Bears, I think they will outlast the Bears. I think this could be a shootout. I would take the over in this game. I think it could be high scoring. Unless there's weather up in Cleveland. I haven't looked at any of the weather in any of the games. So, but I'm still going to go clean sweep. I'll take the Browns as well. So, boom. Put it up there. There we go. Welcome into Alex Miller. Thank you for joining tonight. Kansas City at the Patriots. This is a 1 o'clock game, I believe. I think it's Sunday. And it'll be interesting here. The Patriots go in there -9.5, total of 37. Again, standard number we're playing with this week. Woody, start us up on this one. Are you taking the Chiefs to cover 9.5 double digits in New England?
I mean, this is a crazy situation. We thought that they were avenging the loss last week, but now they lost again. So now these are 2 losses that they need to avenge, especially, with that call. They were all very upset about it. So I do think there will be, they say hell hath no fury, like the wrath of a Patrick Mahomes scorn. I think there will be something there. But Bill Belichick, I mean, the defense, their defense has been lights out. That really has not been a problem for almost every single game of their season, besides like 2 of them. It's the offense. Can the offense keep up? And honestly, the Chiefs' defense is probably the best we've seen this year of the Mahomes era. So I'm going to have to take the Chiefs and say that they will shut down Bailey Zapp. Any QB that steps up with the New England Patriots uniform, they will get shut down. And Mahomes, come on. Mahomes, he's going to put something up. I'll go Chiefs.
Okay. Gene, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the Chiefs are going to score a ton of points. I think but they'll score enough to still cover. I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Chiefs too. All right. Bryson. Bryson. Trying to get these bucks.
I mean,
thinking.
Like Woody said, how crazy is it that this is the best defense Mahomes has probably had, and now they don't have the offense to counter it? That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna take the Patriots with 9.5. I don't think they win the game. That's just a lot of points.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
You're getting lone wolf. I just can't
That's
bet
fine.
the Patriots. I just have no faith in what they're doing right now. All the talk is that Belichick is leaving. It's like the whole thing is going underwater, and I think that
You also know I'm a Denver fan, and I need Kansas City to lose.
that also
one
helps.
game behind them in the division.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I don't think this is the one, buddy. I hate to say it. I don't think this
That's
is
fine.
the
I'm
one.
picking every week.
You got to keep rooting for it every week. I get you. Commanders playing the Rams. I don't know what Rams team we're going to get. They're up and down. Commanders have had a lot of their teams stripped from them. Commanders go out there, travel across the country, 6.5 point underdogs. 49.5 is your total. This game either goes way under or way over. It's a coin flip on that, which way it is. I don't think it's close to the line. I think it's 14 points under or 12 to 10 over. So what are you thinking here? Let's start us up. Bryson, start us up with this one.
Oh man, why'd you give me this one? Oh man, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I think the Rams can play a pretty decent game here, and they can cover with a touchdown.
6 on the touchdown. Woody, you on that? One touch, baby?
Pete, you had a great point. Which Rams team are we going to get? I feel like the two most, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type teams both reside in the NFC West, actually. The Seahawks and the Rams. The Commanders, despite being stripped, I feel like they still, they still got some fight. They still got some fight in them. And Sam Howell, I think he's currently number 2 in passing yards in the NFL. Like he is still, or as of last week. I actually don't know after this slate of games, but I know going into last week he was number 2 behind C.J. Stroud in passing yards. So I feel like this could be a shootout. My guess is that it's going to go over, right? You said it could go under or over. I'm going over and give me the Commanders. I don't know if they're going to win, but I do feel like they can keep it close with that explosive offense.
Okay. Gene?
Yeah, I would take the over on this one as well. Rams took the Ravens right to the brink on the road, right to the brink, right to that overtime. They lost on a special teams, miraculous special teams play. I think they're going to look at that. They need a win. They need a win to stay in this thing. I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah, I'm on the Rams too. It's going to put Bryson on a lone wolf or Woody on a lone wolf there.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
I agree with that. The Rams, when they show up, man, they're good. Hey, Paul Engel, welcome in to you and Victor both. When they show up, they do it. I just think traveling across the country, I'm going to go with the Rams at home to do it. I'd probably think the other way if I was out in Washington, but what are you going to do? All right, San Francisco and Arizona. I'll let Woody start this one up. San Fran has just been unreal. Are they going to all show up? Is everybody healthy? That's the question. 13.5 points. 2 touchdown favorites going just down the road to Arizona. Total of 47.5. Woody, what do you think?
I mean, this 49ers team, when they are healthy, it's perfection. So I get the spread, but it is very large. It is very large. And, Kyler's back, and Kyler's been playing, man. It hasn't been a lot of wins, but it has been more competitive games, right, than pre-Kyler. So I'm going to have to say that they will cover this spread. I would bet my life that the Cardinals lose. But that's a lot of points. Let's go Cardinals.
Oh, you're going to go Cardinals. You're going the other way. My fault. I jumped the gun there.
Oh yes, sorry. It was confusing. It was confusing because I complimented both teams.
Yeah,
but I was going Cardinals to spread.
No problem, Gene.
Yeah, I think we talked a little about it yesterday. When San Francisco has that group of players all healthy, they're undefeated. They haven't lost yet as a team. This is a huge spread though on the road. Arizona has been playing a lot better. Again, I agree with Moody. Arizona won't win this game, but can they lose by 10? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna take Arizona.
I take Arizona. Okay. Bryson?
Man, the 49ers, like it's been said, they're the most complete team I think we've seen in a little while when they're clicking. Oh, man.
A
14
lot
points
of
is so much. Holy moly. But they've done it. They've easily done it in a few games here. I really want to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm going to take them too. I think that this is one of those games where they can do it against this Arizona team that has struggled. It's a lot of points, man. It scares the hell out of me with 13.5. Having to win by 2 touchdowns before you just get even, having to put up a double. That's a tough, but I'll take it that they're up by 7 most of the game and pull out a late touchdown at the end on a late defensive stand or run, and that's how they pull it out. Not that I think it's a closer game throughout the game, but the numbers just lay out. All right, Cowboys on the road. There are 2 different teams between on the road and at home. They go up to Buffalo, a team that is just like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We don't know what we're getting with them. Look at the total in this game at 50.5. Vegas is predicting this to be a really high-scoring game. Buffalo at home, -1.5. Gene, how about start this one up for us?
Yeah, you're right. Cowboys are not the same team on the road, especially against winning teams. They came up. There may be a little bit of a letdown beating the Eagles at home. Not that you should get down for the Bills, right? But I just think that they're going to have that little bit of a letdown. That they just had a huge game with a division rival. I see Buffalo a little bit more in need of a win. I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo at home. Wow. All right, Bryson.
Anytime there's a coin flip game like this, I will not take the Dallas Cowboys, so I am taking the Buffalo Bills.
Wow. 2 of them on it. Woody, up to you.
A lot of good points being made. Cowboys, different team on the road, different team against good teams, and Buffalo. I think, the firing of Ken Dorsey, that was something that, Josh Allen and the team took personal. I feel like they have, in those 3 games since, done a fantastic job of trying to build, bring their best brand of football. I mean, the one loss they had was an overtime, with the Eagles that, could have gone either way, obviously, because it was an overtime game, calls, influence, and all that. But they've been a very good football team in those 3 games. I will take them at home because they need this win more too, right? If they lose, now they're just going further and further down that wild card hunt. They need this win more than the Cowboys. They're at home, and they've been playing a really good brand of football. Give me the Bills.
That's a good call. Welcome in, Julie Young. This is one of those games that could just go either way. God. You know what? The Cowboys are – I'm going to go with you guys. Cowboys on the road just haven't been – they're 2 different teams, and I'm just playing my pick on that. Buffalo's been up and down. I don't know what team's been showing up the field. They've had some bad breaks this year. Things have gone against them. Are they still in the playoff hunt? I think they still barely are. I think they still barely
They are. They are. Because the AFC, it's a very tight race. I think both sides are very tight races.
Bryson didn't like my pick so much he left the building. There he is, coming back in. There he is. All right, so I'll go there. I'll go with you there. So real quick before we head over here, just a reminder what's going on this weekend on my channel. I'm doing the Bengals and the Vikings. That'll be Saturday coverage. I know it says Chiefs and Patriots, but it's Bengals and the Vikings. I realize I had the wrong name up there. Chiefs and Patriots are a 1 o'clock game on Sunday. That's the only one in my area, so I'll be doing that one. Sunday night game, Ravens and Jaguars. Sunday night should be a lot of fun. And Monday Night Football, Eagles and Seahawks. A lot going on there. Our Discord's doing really well. People over there talking Disney, sports, Star Wars, Marvel, and more. Check out the Discord. It is free of charge to take advantage. Also want to make a notation that starting very soon, we're going to be bringing our stream to you every night by JSA Creations. They are the ones that are creating these amazing. Let me see if I can get to it here. I need to get to where I can get to my studio quicker, and I will do that next week. College copy promo. Hold on one sec. Camera 1. There we go. Camera 1. This right here you see behind me lit up there is the Ravens shadow box. JSA Creations is doing all the teams. We'll have information for you to get to them. You can see behind me there's another one there That one's not lit up yet. We're going to do that, light that one up at some point. But they plug in through USBs. Quality made, quality done. They can do all sports teams all together. JSA Creations, good friends of the channel and everything we do here. And very shortly, we'll be having a commercial from them highlighting what they do. Gene, Joey, they make some good stuff there.
Yeah, they do. They and their ears are the best in the business. Their sports stuff is top notch, man. They do a great job. Super creative.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, let's talk about this one. I'll go back to Bryson on this one here to start this up. This is your Sunday night game. It is the Ravens. It is the Jaguars. On the road, Jaguars are an underdog at home by 3. Total 42.5. Ooh, this could be interesting. Start us up, Bryson.
Man, I want to take the over in this game for some reason. I just do. And I would say Trevor's probably not 100%, so obviously I'm going to take the Ravens.
Going with Baltimore. Woody.
The Jaguars are definitely battling some injuries. They are definitely there's a lot going on. I feel like in Jacksonville right now. Doug Peterson's a good coach. I'm sure he will right the ship at some point. But they about to get hit with a pretty big tidal wave. That is the Baltimore Ravens organization. Pete, I know you'll be rooting for your squad. I think you will be happy. Just like I thought Bryce was going to be happy. I think you will be hyped to see your boys. I will definitely take them. I think they're rolling. They know what this game's all about. Like you said, AFC North, everybody has a winning record. They need to keep their lead. So I think they're about to get this dub.
Good. Gene?
Yeah, the health concerns with Trevor Lawrence, I just don't trust him to be 100%. He looked slowed down last week as well. No one returns from a high ankle sprain like the next week. So something's up. It wasn't really a high ankle sprain, or he's just not 100%, and he definitely didn't look good last week. I'm going Baltimore.
Come on, Baltimore. I obviously am going the Ravens because I still think they'll win this game. And I think it'll be an easier game for them to win because of the injuries. I think the defense puts them on hold. I think this is a lower scoring game. I think this game goes under the total, surprisingly enough. I think it's played a little bit more in the trenches than people think. I think the injury does that. I think the Ravens will focus more on the running game. And I think Jaguars are going to try to focus on their running game. That's one of the Ravens' strengths. So we'll see how that one rolls out there. Let's go down here. And the Monday night game, the Eagles go into Seattle. This should be an interesting game here. Eagles have been so up and down lately. Have not done well. Seattle, I don't know what Seattle team I'm getting. This could be a Houdini game. One of these teams could come out looking like a world beater. 3.5 is your hook. 3.5 with a hook right there. Eagles favored 47.5 on Monday Night Football. Gene, how about you start up this one?
Yeah, this is one of those games. Eagles are on a little bit of a losing streak. Seattle is, again, we don't know what kind of Seattle team we're getting, but they are home. I think they're going to keep it close. I'm going to take Seattle on this one. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think they'll keep it close. I think that hook is important.
I think that hook is important, taking the 12th man out there. Bryson?
I think it's going to go the other way. I like the Eagles in this one just simply because they got to be so mad. Like they got not just beat, they got beat down last week.
A losing streak too. What's up, Tone? Welcome in.
Right, and I don't think if any team can combat the 12th man in Seattle, it's got to be Philly. Like that stadium's literally insane. Like those people are insane. Like they can deal with a hostile crowd. I think
that's true. They are.
I'll take the Eagles.
Okay, Woody.
I think these chinks in the armor have been exaggerated. The Eagles are a tremendous team, and some of their biggest strengths will directly counter Seattle's strengths. Right, that run game, trying to establish that run. Jalen Carter, he's gonna be eating those people up. I'm telling you. This is about to be a fun game to be an Eagles fan. I think it's going to be a good time. They're going to bounce back real nicely. Like Bryson said, they were embarrassed. It's time. It's time for them to prove again why they are who they are. The Seahawks, they could do something, but they probably won't. I feel pretty confident in picking the Eagles. I'll sleep on it.
Sleep on it right there. That's going to put Gene.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
As a lone wolf, I'm going to go with the Eagles just because I think they're the better of the two teams. And my God, they're on a losing streak. They need to win badly, right there. So that's the only reason. The 12th man played bigger effect when they had a stronger team. We'll see. The injury. I also think Walker's still coming back, trying to come back off an injury, and he's a big factor in that offense as well. So interesting games this week for the way we go all the way around and look at these games in the yard. We'll see how they play out. Tell everybody what you got going. Start with Bryson. What do you got going on your channel?
Channel, we don't really have a lot going on the channel right now, but I will say we just came back from Christmas at Disney World, and my wife has tons of stuff she's putting on her Instagram. So make sure you check that out and, subscribe to our channel. Go ahead. But definitely check out our Instagram. She works way harder than I do at YouTube, and she deserves it.
All right, the Bryson's Instagram has been underneath his name the whole entire night, so you can find him right there, search him out, give him a follow. James, what do you got going?
Well, is the Jets season back on? I mean, I thought I was dead, but Zach Wilson, clear. We're back. So follow Take Flight Talk. We're gonna be talking. There's gonna be a little bit of bass in our voice instead of the whimpering that you've been hearing the last 5 weeks. So on YouTube, that's at Take Flight Talk. But on Instagram, which also has the memes and stuff, watch us poke fun at each other and everything. That is take_flight_talk.
And the same thing with James. His Instagram has been under him the whole entire night. All you got to do is go back into the show. You can pull it right up. Gene, what's up with you?
Yeah, well, I'll be here on Tuesday to go over all the games with you.
Yep. These guys
and
Tuesday night if you want to come back to review the recap. Go ahead, Gene. Sorry.
No, that's fine. And next Tuesday night, we took last Tuesday off, but Tuesday night you'll catch me on Big Fat Panda channel, talking about Evolution of Epcot.
Evolution of Epcot. Nice. That'll be nice. Big Fat Panda channel right there. So appreciate that. Follow the links. Moderators, if you could drop the links for all these three gentlemen into the chat on the way out, I really appreciate it. Of course, you can find their links for their YouTube channels right on the front of my page as well. More football to come this weekend. Thank you all for being here. We'll see how we did. God, I got to do better than last week. I only got 2 right. I was horrible last week. We'll see how it goes. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week for the recap. 2 wins. Got to do better than that.